In recent days, a subtle yet potent three-word post appeared on Shedeur Sanders' social media. Time will tell. At first glance, it seems almost benign, just a short phrase that could apply to any number of contexts. But for those following the Cleveland Browns offseason, it rang like a bell, signaling uncertainty, potential, and challenge. In a quarterback room as fluid as Cleveland's, every word matters. And Shedeur's message, simple, enigmatic, and pointed, has stirred a wave of analysis, interpretation, and speculation across media outlets and fan forums alike. One comment said, "Time will tell that you shouldn't have even been drafted." Another read, "Keep grinding, keep growing, and keep going. Prove yourself right and your doubters wrong." In one post, a hopeful fan shared, "I am just waiting for you to land somewhere permanent so I can get that jersey." Reads like a soft prayer, echoing faith and potential. Meanwhile, others viewed the message as performative, a digital flex meant to signal mental resilience, but also plastered for optics. The GM's remarks about fairness across positions, combined with Deion's supportive yet non-interfering public stance, create a developmental playground and a perform-or-else environment. The investment in Shedeur might be strategic cover. Draft a young signal caller, then land a proven vet to appease fans and strengthen offense. If that happens, the tweet becomes a message, not just to opponents, but to front office ears. Look deeper before you decide. He didn't say, "I will be the starter." He didn't post highlight mixes, he simply stated, "Time will tell." It allows truth to emerge on its own terms. He's been circumspect in public, avoiding direct comparisons or endorsements, but that story is already compelling. A fourth-quarter QB battling presence, privilege, and paths unknown. It's about future versus now, hype versus substance, pedigree versus performance. It will stretch across reps, tape, stats, locker room, respect, and developmental arcs. It's a guard at the door of narrative control. It's bold, but it's also wise. In a league ruled by headlines and hot takes, maybe it's the strongest move of all. A man stating his readiness by default. A ball dropped on the grass, a snap taken, and whether that grace is enough, that silence speaks volumes. It allows his son room to define himself. If Shedeur is smartened, he has shown Sanzi, let that post guide perception rather than define it. He'll show up, stay steady, and let the game reveal outcome. But it also means Deion's next public move be it praise, advice, critique could shape discourse. Will he support quietly or publicly advocate if his son is passed over? Will he speak if front office moves contradict promise? It invites evaluation without pushing agenda. It embraces possibility of success, failure, transition without collapsing into either. Training camp will be the crucible. Every practice rep, huddle instruction, command under pressure, all will be tested. When pads come on and cameras roll, the rookie will learn quickly how far talk takes you. Let's rewind to understand the backdrop. Shedeur Sanders, 5th-round pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, encouraged to let actions carry more weight than words. In Cleveland, a city that tolerates grit and rewards toughness, what Shedeur does now will resonate. Time indeed will tell. But if you've been watching, you already know what to look for, and how he is acclimating to NFL speed. If not, it becomes a quiet lament. The beauty is, we won't know until it happens. The words give space for both scenarios. It's emotional buffer, psychological stake, and strategic situating in one line. Coaches, teammates, fans, analysts, all will observe how Shedeur responds, competes, learns, adjusts. Will he command the huddle? Show pocket awareness, handle adversity when plays break down, or will he show rookie miscues? All scripting lines back to that simple post. It anchors narrative in real-time action, not preseason hype. Manti Te'o, speaking on NFL Network, echoed Shedeur's phrase, "Training camp is where the margin for error shrinks. Time will tell" becomes reality under the weight of game speed, pads, and live reps. Dogs by nature's daily dog chow clarified. Browns are not planning to trade Shedeur. Quoting analyst Quincy Carrier to the effect it's business as usual. According to insiders, the team wants to see training camp and preseason before making a final call. And Shedeur, despite ticket trouble earlier this season, has reportedly been quiet, respectful, and committed. Their consensus? Shedeur talked the talk. Now it's time to walk the walk. And son of Hall of Famer Deion Sanders arrived in Cleveland under a unique spotlight. The implication? If the Browns roll out Cousins, Shedeur's plan to prove himself soon goes off schedule. Another report cautioned rumors are swirling and nothing is off the table. For Shedeur, that tweet becomes less motivational and more existential. And Dillon Gabriel, a higher-round rookie who'd logged more college tape. With this quartet assembled, the upcoming training camp was destined for drama. Who would emerge? A veteran stabilizer, a polished backup, or the rookie with high upside? It was no longer just about opportunity. It was about making a statement. Initially projected as a first-round talent, his slide into the 5th round sparked questions about NFL teams' evaluation of his intangible traits. In the span of moments, that post became a spark. Some saw calm confidence, the rookie talking big, but without hype. Others perceived defiance, a subtle jab at doubters questioning his NFL readiness. And still others smelled anxiety. Shedeur was bracing for competition and sending a warning. Was there concern about character, consistency, drive? Browns GM Andrew Berry, however, clearly saw value. He traded up to select Shedeur at No. 144 overall, citing his accuracy, game presence, and leadership qualities. In return, he secured a quarterback raw in film, respected but unpolished, and competing in what would become a crowded quarterback room. Cleveland already had Joe Flacco, a Super Bowl-winning vet. Kenny Pickett, another recent addition via trade. Enter July 14th and Shedeur's tweet, "Time will tell," accompanied by a shushing face emoji. Analyzing the fan reaction reveals sharp divides. Ex-users posted imitations, memes, and speculations. Media coverage elevated the moment. Sports Illustrated's Greg Patudo noted Shedeur's cool confidence, linking it to how he handled draft disappointment after his slide. Then the story gained layers. TalkSport reported Browns are considering a blockbuster trade for Kirk Cousins, veteran quarterback, under $180 million contract, clear insurance, a replacement for the heir apparent. But not everyone is buying the melodrama. That brings us to the heart of it. What's behind? Time will tell. Is it defiance, boldness, or awareness? On one hand, the Browns' quarterback room is still an open question. On the other hand, if Cleveland indeed signs Cousins or any veteran, it's not just risk management, it's acknowledgement of potential inadequacy inside. That uncertainty spills into narrative. If Shedeur wins, reps, silences skeptics, and earns respect, time will tell turns prophetic, he told them so. Yet it's more than that. In a world where athletes are marketed, packaged, and pre-sold before playing a snap, Shedeur sees his agency. As training camp opens on July 18th, the NFL world will be watching. Off the field, Deion Sanders' presence and mentorship loom large. In short, Time Will Tell is the opening chapter in a story still unwritten. Sports history loves moments like this. The rookie backing away from hyperbole, the player acknowledging weight, the paradox of confidence and restraint. Because time will tell. One line, full freight. At its core, the phrase signals courage. Courage to admit uncertainty. Courage to step forward anyway.